What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and more Birthright for you today. As we continue on with the blood abilities, we are taking a look at Battlewise, which is only found as a major ability and only for those that have the blood of Andurus or Azrai, so basically the good or the bad, the main good and bad gods here. So the Scion with this ability is a military genius blessed with an uncanny power to analyze enemy. Weaknesses: create sound plans of attack and inspire troops to victory. So this is, again, not so much going to be for the adventuring part here, but certainly if you are a domain ruler with an army, this is going to be for you. So any army they lead is far more effective than a similar force under another commander. So refer to the war cards. Again, that'll be a whole separate series where we jump into how to play that part of the game. The Scion adds 1 point to the attack and defense ratings of any army he commands personally. You have to be present at the battle to gain that advantage. If two armies face each other and both leaders have the ability, then the abilities just cancel out. So obviously not impactful if you happen to run into another person with that ability, but being able to just have that extra power for the offense and defense for your whole army really can take, if you don't have the money yet for like a lot of the more expensive and elite type units, you can take a fairly average or even smaller army, and then actually, just gain advantage over other opponents that you really couldn't maybe take on just yet. And certainly that can tip the tide in your favor in a lot of engagements. So think of it as a cost-saving ability as well. So again, until you can afford lots of the more expensive units, like let's say, the elite infantries, the knights, and just some of the other super expensive things, you can take your fairly average units like just regular infantry. Even irregulars with a +1 attack and defense suddenly become pretty nasty. So things like that, pikemen, just generic like cavalry, mercenary cavalry, or even something like that. So you have that ability to just extend the usefulness and power of your army. Now, that being said, too, if you already have those elite units, they become that much nastier. So when you do run into some things that are just super tough, you have that advantage, or some of the other non-human units that are out there. But again, that's a whole separate series of videos when we talk about some of the nastier evil forces that are out there. So things like skeleton units, ogres, and just some of the other silly stuff that like the Gorgon has available. So many things, Orogs especially, stuff like that. So this is a pretty useful tool to have, and certainly, again, if you have that bloodline, especially Andurus, probably going to be a little more common than maybe Azrai, especially if you're adventuring, or sorry, if you're a player character, then definitely a good one to potentially think about getting, or if you have the ability to get this ability, that would be certainly wonderful. So let us know in the comments, guys, if you have any memorable experiences with Battlewise and how that's impacted maybe any individual battles that you've had, or your strategy, or just like a whole campaign and how that's worked for you, or also if you've run into opponents who've had that ability, because again, you as a player character or domain ruler won't necessarily know what all the opponent's bloodline abilities are. So let us know in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe. We'll have plenty more Birthright coming for you soon as we continue on next with Blood History.